Hi guys, so this is a bit of a different video for me. I just want to talk about like all things fashion based. Oh, you get me? So like tips, tricks, opinions on like stuff. I thought this would be a really good, interesting, different video for me to film because I do get a lot of questions about my fashion style and stuff like that on YouTube and Instagram. So I thought I would just, yeah, make a whole video about my tips, tricks and opinions on fashion. I'm just going to talk a bit about the whole like fast fashion industry. Obviously I went to a Primark event the other day and I do understand why fast fashion is a thing. It's hard because it's so bad for the environment, but for people like me that can't afford like expensive clothes, it's just, it is ideal, and that is the reality of it. Like, fast fashion is there for people who don't really have much money, and it does allow people to be fashionable, but you do have to be very careful with the way you go about it and not just ordering like these massive bulk hauls for the sake of it, because when I have done that in the past, I haven't even worn like half the things that I actually bought, which is in the end it's literally just like a waste of resources, a waste of money, and it's really bad for the environment. So you've got to be so careful. I just think when it comes to fast fashion, be very picky and choosy with what you actually buy, and then you'll get a lot further and your wardrobe will be a lot more compact and a lot more manageable as well. So yeah, in regards to fashion, like I do get why it's a thing, like with Primark and stuff. I do shop in Primark, but having said that, I really don't buy much from there when it comes to clothes. I only get like a piece of clothing if I'm obsessed with it, because there's just no point, because you know it's quite shit quality, isn't it? And you've got to just be so careful with what you're buying and like putting back into the world when it comes to chucking stuff out. If you are chucking clothes out, just be really careful of how you're getting rid of them. So for example, H&M are now doing this recycling bank where they give you a £5 voucher in return for a bag of clothes, which I think is actually like so good. This is what all the brands need to be doing, like getting on the recycling hype and just making the world a more eco-friendly place. I just think it's so good that H&M are doing that. So that is a little tip. Or take your clothes to a clothing bank or take them to charity. Do not chuck out clothes, like there is no point, because people will reuse them. Whatever means or way of doing it, recycle them, because it's just so worth it in the long run. Like, I don't know, it really annoyed me that the whole Kim Kardashian thing, that's another topic that I want to talk about. So when Kim K like kicked off because the clothing fast fashion brands were copying her style, it's like, if you're going to put yourself as a style icon, obviously she is, but you know what I mean, like not everyone will think she is. I think she's pretty like wow when it comes to fashion, but if you are going to put yourself out there as a fashion icon, you've got to expect people to copy your clothes. And it's like, don't be bitter about it, just take it as a compliment. Like, people want to look like you, you know what I mean? Like, it's a compliment. And I don't get why she kicked off so badly at the fast fashion brands for copying her style. I thought it was a bit awkward because obviously like Courtney's done a whole line with Pretty Little Thing, so I was like, bit awkward, but we'll leave that one there. So yeah, now I've got a few like tips and tricks to tell you guys of how to style yourselves, how to make yourself, you know, if you are struggling with your wardrobe and what your style is. I've got a few little tips and tricks. I actually get a lot of questions about this, and it's how to style joggers, because I get a lot of people messaging me like, when I wear joggers I just look like a slob. So if you want joggers to look fashionable, basically what you've got to do is accessorize. So put on some earrings, a necklace, but the main thing I'd say is don't wear a really big oversized jumper with joggers. Make sure it's like tucked up or it's cropped, and that way the outfit won't look slobby and it won't look like you've just literally like thrown on some joggers. It will look like fashionable. So yeah, Pretty Little Thing do some really good, like this is from Pretty Little Thing. I've worn it so much, and this is definitely something I'm really glad I bought because I wear it all the time. It's literally like a really cheap sweater, and I just like roll it up underneath, and then it looks a bit cropped, and you can like tuck it underneath into your bra, and it works really well with joggers, and it makes the joggers look a bit more pulled together. And I'd say go one tone as well, like what similar tone outfits look really good with joggers, and it kind of makes it look a bit more fashionable, a bit more of like a statement outfit. if that makes sense. And along with that, put a crossbody bag, because I just think crossbody bags make any outfit look a little bit more like chic and designer, if that makes sense. So I always put like a crossbody bag with my joggers, and it just like brings the outfit together and it looks sick. I really like love that look. So yeah, that is a little tip on how to style joggers. Another fashion like tip that kind of counteracts what I was saying about fast fashion. I don't know, I'm a bit all over the place with what I think about fast fashion and that, but basically what I have been doing more recently is spending like a lot more on one piece that I know I'm going to wear to death. I'm going to wear it over and over again. So for example, I bought my Champion hoodie and I've literally worn that so much, because I think if you're really in love with a piece of clothing that is more expensive, you do know you're going to wear it a lot, and it's important not to go for expensive things that are going to go out of fashion straight away. Kind of go for like basics when it comes to more expensive pieces, because they'll last forever, they look good, and you know you wear them loads. And I've recently bought a Topshop boiler suit that was really expensive, but I just know that I'm going to wear it like day in day out, and it's worth it if you are going to wear something that much. So yeah, obviously I'm a student, so I can't afford really expensive things, but that's what I have been trying to do. I've been trying to be a lot more picky with the stuff I buy. Again, if you know you're going to wear something to death, it's definitely worth spending the money on it, and not just getting things for the sake of looking fashionable for like one Instagram picture, you know what I mean? Like, you want things that you are going to wear and re-wear over and over again. And the last tip I have is probably start with basics. If you are like unsure about how you feel about your style and your wardrobe, start with basics. Get a lot of like white tees, black tees, big hoodies, like just basic colours, grey joggers, white joggers, that kind of thing, and you'll be ready to go, because you just need to like start your wardrobe from scratch and just make sure you've got everything you need, and then you can like mismatch stuff, and you can be surprised what you can make out of different outfits that you've already worn. So if you get a lot of basics together, like I've got this, which is a really basic white sweater, and I just pair this with grey like joggers from PLT, and it looks really good with some big chunky trainers, and you're ready to go. Or like a white long sleeved top that will just go with everything, you know what I mean? Like, just start with basics. Oh, another really good basic is like square neck bodysuits for nights out. Ideal. They just look so good and so flattering, and obviously you can pair them with a lot of different bottoms to like change up the outfits for different nights out and that. So yeah, that's a little tip. Always start with basics and your wardrobe will be ready to go. It's so ideal just having loads of basics, because you've always got something to wear, kind of thing. I've got no idea what this video even is, but I just wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about fashion and my opinions, my tips and tricks, because I just love fashion so much, and it is like the one thing I really love. Thank you so much for watching, and go subscribe down below if you're new. I will love you all loads if you do, because I literally can't believe I've hit 5k. That is unreal to me, like actually amazing. So yeah, thank you so much if you've subscribed recently. It does mean the world to me. Yeah, I will see you in my next video. Mwah.